What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're coming back to Onewe. Yes, indeed. Onewe Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity-bob, do me a favor. Before you do all those things, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This is a request from Charles B, and this is actually one of Charles B's 3 prioritized requests for the month of November for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, Charles. I hope you enjoy the show, man. Charles wanted to see me react to this song by Onewe called Rain to Be. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hold on, I recognize this, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. As always, Charles has given me a small intro to the song, so here we go. Intro. Before anything, last time you were wondering how to pronounce this band's name. Just to clear it up, the band's name is pronounced by mazing up the English words one and we, so their name is pronounced like saying one we. I got that. Thanks, Charles. Let's see. Now, last time you reacted to Aurora from Onewe, which, as I noted in the intro to that video, was actually a B-side from their EP Planet 9 Alter Ego. And that despite it being a B-side, it's actually one of the more popular songs with fans. Funny how that works, isn't it? This time you'll be reacting to the song Rain to Be, which was the main promotional single of the same EP that Aurora was the B-side of. So let's see how you think Rain to Be compares to Aurora. Do you think that their label made the right decision to choose Rain to Be as the main promotional single of Planet 9 Alter Ego, or should they have gone with Aurora as that EP's title track instead? Won't know until I listen to it. I mean, look, it's happened before. Look at Kiss, you know, with when they put out the single for Detroit Rock City. Everybody was, including a lot of radio stations, were taking that single, flipping it over, and playing the B-side, which was Beth, which turns out is one of the biggest hits that Kiss ever wrote. So, and it wasn't even really Kiss; it was just Peter Criss. But they released it on the Kiss label, so guess what? It's their album. It's their song now. I mean, it's very possible. Look, you never know. Record labels don't know everything, man. They don't. I mean, there's no way to know what the public is really gonna like until you put it out there. So, you know, it's very possible that, you know, the B-side was better than what the record label thought was going to be the hit. So, it's happened many, many times in the past. Let's see, this was posted by Onewe, okay? And the video has 3.5 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Onewe. No idea. Rain to Be. MV for music video, I suppose. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
두 손 모아 내 신호를 보내 널 본다면 보게 된다면 마른 이 땅에 꽃을 피우리 태풍이 불기 전에 고요한 침묵을 깨며 속삭여 결국 이곳을 가득 채울 널 찾아 비가 떨어져 떨어진 내 창밖을 보는데 김이 넌 날 기다리며 서 있어 하늘에 피어 내 눈을 놓치지 않게 운명적인 만남 필연적인 사랑을 위해 네가 보고 싶은 날에는 항상 이곳을 적셨는데 당신은 곧 새벽길 한복판 매일 날 위해 열어두잖아 옷깃 사이로 흘러든 빗물은 추억을 담은 채로 쓰며 너를 만나는 날은 언제나 비가 내리는 곳에 존재하리 너를 기다리는 내 맘은 그새 차올라 하늘에 닿아 힘이 이곳을 가득 채운 널 만나 비가 떨어진 내 창밖을 보는데 이미 넌 날 기다리며 서 있어.
This is a lot poppier than the last song I reacted to them from was. I think we may be having a Detroit Rock City versus Beth argument here in a very, very short amount of time. I will say, for being a poppy song, it is well written, well instrumented. They're using some great instrumental voices, using the guitar like an acoustic guitar sound, like a classical guitar sound. Mixed with the bass, really nice. Keyboard, very faint, very, very faint in the background until the piano patch comes in, which was nice. I have more to say, but I'm gonna save it for the review. I'm not gonna say it right now. Let's get through this, and then we'll get to the review, and I'll let you know everything I was thinking about.
마침내 협의는 시작돼 어깨에 있는 빗물들은 괜히 흘려보내 이제 네 모습 비춰 질원을 깊게 파묻어버린 장막장 내 2월 너가 보고 싶은 날에는 비가 내리기만을 기다려 비록 짧은 순간일지라도 네 모습을 담을 수 있다면 창밖을 보는데 힘이 넌 날 기다리며 서 있어 하늘에 피어내 널 놓치지 않게 운명적인 만남 필연적인 사랑을 위하여 비가 또 내리네 내가 가는 곳에 힘이 노는 나를 보며 미소를 지어 오늘도 이렇게 내 순간을 위해 운명적인 순간 필연적인 하루를 보내
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot to say, but I'm going to try my best to condense it down. So instead of talking about 30 things relating to 5 things, I'll just speak about those 5 things. Let me get my thoughts together. Let me condense everything as much as I possibly can. And I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Onewe with Rain to Be. This was a request from Charles B. And this was actually one of Charles B's 3 prioritized requests for the month of November for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Charles. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. Okay. Think I got all my thoughts condensed to just a couple of things. I think. Now, I may go on a tangent, I may go on a rant. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna do my best not to, but we'll see how this goes. Remember, I don't do these with any type of a plan. I just fire from the hip. So let me give my score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that a 7.3. Yep, 7.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. Boy, was that poppy. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe this is the same band, actually. The song for the Aurora song that I did sounded completely different. Like, literally two different bands. The only thing that sounded the same was the vocals. That was it. Everything else sounded completely different. This song sounded very, very, very manufactured. The drums, clearly digital. There was no analog drumming done on that recording that we just heard. None. That was all digital drums. I can promise you that was not analog drumming. The piano, also digital. I mean, obviously it was done with a keyboard. And listen, keyboards can have some very convincing piano patches, especially from chords, which I know this guy uses. But yeah, it was not a real piano. It wasn't like an actual like acoustic like grand piano or anything like that. It was a keyboard, clearly. The guitar, very convincing. I will say the guitar was a very convincing sounding classical guitar. It sounded legit, but I also have a feeling that was digital as well. Not saying that the guitar player can't do it. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying on this recording, I don't believe that was a real acoustic guitar. Maybe it was, but I don't think so. I think that sounded a little too processed for me. And the vocals were completely different. I mean, as far as the style goes, the tone was the same. I can recognize the vocalist from the song Aurora. I was like, oh yeah, it's the same guy without question, or same two guys without question. It's just the style, the approach, completely different. This song was poppy as hell. Oh Lord, was it poppy? I mean, I could see. Okay, now here's where the argument comes into play. The argument was, let's see how this song compares to Aurora. And Charles was asking, do I think that the record label made the right decision to choose Right to Be, or Rain to Be, as the main promotional single instead of Aurora? Okay, here's my thoughts on this. There are two parts to this answer, and it all hinges on the answer to this question. How is Onewe being marketed? Are they being marketed as a rock band, or are they being marketed as a pop band? I know Charles told me when we did Aurora that it is a hybrid of rock and pop. And listen, hybrid bands are wonderful. They're great. But even every single hybrid band I've ever known has leaned more towards one side or the other. So I really need to know this. How is this band being marketed? If they're being marketed as a rock band, like their target demographic are rock fans, then my answer is no. They did not make the right decision. They did not make the right choice. They should have gone with Aurora. Now, if they're marketing Onewe more toward the pop audience, which arguably there is a bigger population of, let's call this spade a spade. Let's be honest here. There are more pop fans in the world than there are rock fans. Okay, I understand that. So if the record label wants to push these guys as more of a pop act with rock feel, but really more of a pop act, then I hate to say it, but I think they made the right choice. Look, this song isn't bad. There was nothing in this song that sounded bad. There was nothing in this song that sounded horrible. For a pop song, it's a very well-written song, very well-constructed song, and very well-executed song. So if they're marketing Onewe as more toward the pop side with elements of rock, then yeah, I hate to say it, but they made the right call. I will be straight up with you. If it were me, I would take the single. I would pull a Kiss. I would take the Detroit Rock City single. I would flip it over and I would play Beth. You know, same thing here. I mean, even though I love Detroit Rock City more than I love Beth, you know, but I'm just using that as an example. I would play the B-side. You know, and same thing here. I mean, I would play the B-side here for sure. If Aurora was in fact the B-side to this single, I'm going to be playing Aurora, and I'm going to basically forget about Rain to Be. That's just me. That's just my personal tastes, you know? Now, I'm not trying to say that Rain to Be was a bad song. It's not a bad song. I would not be giving this a 7.3 if I thought this was a bad song. It's not. It's well written, well constructed, well executed, well produced. I will give it credit where credit is due. It's a really good song, which is why I'm giving it the really good score of 7.3. All I'm saying is this. I'm going to take this single, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to listen to Aurora, because Aurora is definitely more up my alley than Rain to Be is. So, again, not a bad song. Not a bad song at all, just not necessarily my cup of tea, and I would definitely flip it over and listen to Aurora. So, but like I said, to answer the question, Charles, it really depends on how this band is being marketed and pushed by the record label. And I know everybody says, well, they're a hybrid band. You can market to both. You can market to both, but by marketing to both at the same time, you're going to lose a lot of middle ground. You are, you know, you're going to end up losing something. So you're really kind of better off targeting a specific demographic, because then you're going to hit on all cylinders by targeting that single demographic. So I have a feeling these guys are being marketed, since this is the single, I have a feeling they're being marketed more as a pop act with rock elements, as opposed to being a rock act with pop elements. So, hate to say it, but if that is the case, they made the right call. So there it is, 7.3, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.